Alright, what's up everybody? This your boy Lib from Conscious Bully Network. I got a story time for y'all, a hip-hop story time. I'm on my way to work right now, and I was watching an interview on Outkast and the struggles that they've been through. It was pretty much based on Andre 3000 and not the whole Outkast, but you know, it talked about how him and Big Boy came up and how they were sharp and how they were rivals and they both was nice, and then they decided to become team members and how they were the biggest group ever. And I was just inspired by the story. So shout out to Outkast, man. Unarguably one of the biggest groups in hip-hop. It's like a toss-up between them and Wu-Tang Clan to me. You know what I mean? As far as like the work and the albums and success. But this story right here is about your boy Lib. I just felt like telling a story because that story that I just saw was so good. So this story is about how when I was in my prime, how I thought I was about to blow up and become a successful rapper. You know, I really thought it was my time. I really thought that I was going to do it. And this is around the era when I most definitely felt like it was my time, like I was going to blow. So I got a lot of stories I could tell. I'm trying to find a way to get to the punch, right? One day, I believe the year was 1997, and I forgot the name of the street, but I used to go over to my home girl, Taisha Boone, shout out to her. I used to go to her crib a lot, and they were my friends, no relations or nothing like that, right? And who would be over there sometimes is, sometimes Tracy Bell would be over there, and sometimes her cousin Markia Francis would be over there, right? And I would go over there, and I ain't gonna lie, I kind of liked Markia a little bit back in the day. Who didn't? You know what I'm saying? So I used to be over there, right? And ironically, right across the street from Taisha's crib was DJ Father Shaheed from the Poor Righteous Teachers, the DJ, the producer. And me being in my rap bag back then, I was like, wow, I done seen this guy several times. And I want to introduce myself to him, even though we from the same titty. I said the same titty. We definitely not from the same titty. But even though we from the same city, it wasn't like I just was going to automatically know who he was and who Wise is and who Culture Freedom is. You know, put the phone down to run past the police. So, when I got my opportunity to meet him, I met him. And fast forward, you know, I start going up in his third floor. He had I think it was called the MP 1200 or the MP something. The SP 1200. It was the SP 1200. He was making beats off of that, right? And at the time I was, shout out to Agonize, because I'm still getting beats from Agonize to this day. But at the time when I met Shaheed, I started getting a few beats from him. And he gave me like 3 beats, and he gave me an opportunity. Fast forward, the album New World Order was coming out. I think that was the last album from Poor Righteous Teachers, right? And so they were working on that. And when they finished recording that album, they had money left over in the budget. So with that money left over in the recording budget, it was like it could go to waste or they could do some more recording. So what they decided to do was they decided to take some young, hungry, talented brothers from the hood and allow them to record in a major studio called Battery Studios in Manhattan, New York. So me being under Shaheed, I got an opportunity to record my 2 songs, 2 of the 3 beats that he gave me. Now, when I went to Battery Studios, I met Unfound Flavor from Trenton, right? I think it was Drunk Minister, Drasmatic, Screwface. It was a couple other guys too. But I thought they were from New York. When I met them, I told you, like, you know, Trenton is a small town, but that don't mean you're going to know everybody automatically. So I met them in New York in the studio, and they was like, where you from? I said, Trenton. They was like, I know, but what part of Trenton? I was like, I'm from Woodbridge section. You know what I'm saying? And I was living at Woodbridge section. That's where I did all my growing up at. And then I moved out east side, right? So, I'm trying to remember how this went. I didn't even realize that I was in the same booth. You know, they was in there drinking E&J and smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? And they was lit. To me, Unfound Flavor, they was like real rappers, like real rap stars to me. And me, I knew I was nice, but I didn't have that real rap star persona. You know what I'm saying? And they had it. Them niggas was lit. You know what I mean? And shout out to Drasmatic. He the only one that I know that's still lit. You know what I mean? And so I realized that, damn, I'm in the same booth that D'Angelo recorded his album. A Tribe Called Quest recorded the Low End Theory or Beats, Rhymes, and Life album. Onyx recorded Back the Fuck Up. Miss Jones recorded in that studio, in that same booth. And now here go Libs, the nobody from Trenton, New Jersey, in the same booth on the strength of Father Shaheed. Now, Father Shaheed, before I got there, he was already there. And I was talking to him on the phone. He said, come to New York. I said, man, I ain't never been to New York. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'm going. He said, well, Wise is on his way up here. Link up with Wise, and he'll bring you up here. So I linked up with Wise, and I never really knew Wise either, you know what I mean? But on the strength of Shaheed, Wise fucked with me. Because, you know, he had his people under him. I think he had Unfound Flavors under him. Culture Freedom had Aki the Boss Man. Shout out to Aki the Boss Man. And Shaheed had me. So I don't know what Poor Righteous Teachers was working on at the time or where their thoughts was, but I really wish that that last album would have happened for them, because I believe that if that last album would have blew up and it had so many good features on it, the Fugees, KRS-One, J.R. Reed, you know what I'm saying, amongst a few others, but it didn't blow up. And I think it was the time when the era was switching over to gangster rap and the consciousness was dying down and things like that. But I feel like if that album would have blew, I would have had a better opportunity to make it, right? They put my name in the credits. If you go cop that album, you'll see a special shout out to Talib in the credits of that album. So I feel real proud of that, and I still talk about it to this day. But around that time, it was like 1998. I know I'm all over the place. It was like 1998. I had my first child, Sadira. Sadira was born in 97. I had a little bullshit apartment with me and my baby mom on Rutherford Avenue, right next to Gregory School. And one day I told her, yo, I'm about to go to New York. And when I went to New York to record the songs, and I experienced that major studio and not someone's basement like we used to do, and I just thought that because I was with them, it was my time. I was going to make it, right? And I was even invited to perform at Gotham, Club Gotham in Philadelphia. I'm at work now, so I got to park up. I was invited to perform at Club Gotham in Philadelphia. It was a big thing to me, you know what I'm saying, to be on stage in a real major club that's popping every weekend and doing my thing and let them know who Lib is, and I'm under Poor Righteous Teachers, the umbrella. So I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? That was everything to me, right? But I didn't have a way to get there because I didn't have a car. You know what I mean? This is how real it was back then. I didn't have a car, right? So I linked up with my cousin, and this is a funny story. No No shade or nothing. This is just story time. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right? So I told my cousin about how I got this club situation set up. All I need to do is get there. So, you know, my cousin, he was balling back in the day, right? You know what I mean? So he put me in the back of the Lex. We had Coronas, you know what I mean? I think we had some weed. I was smoking weed heavy back then. And we went up there. They took me up there. I was like, yeah, man, I'm about to rock. They go, yeah, you about to rock? Yeah, man, I'm with Shaheed, man. I'm with Shaheed, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get, all I got to do is get up there. So when I got up there, I found out that they didn't have my music. Shaheed didn't have my music. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting to perform. And I'm like, damn, man, I don't got no music. So at this point, I'm like, man, I'm about to just rap over anything. Those songs that I recorded in that studio in Manhattan is what I was expecting to perform. But he didn't have my music. I don't know why. He the one who invited me up there. So long story short, I'm waiting around to perform. It took so long that I think my cousin left me. I think him and his partner left me, and everything was over. I never performed. And when it was all over, you know what I mean, I wanted to tell my cousin why I never performed and, you know, and why things happened the way they happened, because I didn't understand it either. But I didn't even have a chance because they left me there, right? And I had to find a ride home back to Jersey. And guess who took me home? DJ Juice. And I didn't even know him, or he didn't know me, but I knew who he was. So I came up to him. I said, look, man, I'm stuck out here. You think I could ride back to Trenton with you? And he said, yeah. So I had to sit next. He had his little ass hatchback. I had to sit next to all these records. This was back in the day where you actually had your crates and you actually, where DJs actually had their records. You know what I'm saying? And I had to sit back in the back of his hatchback or whatever. And he got me all the way back to Trenton. And I was feeling safe again and feeling good. And I was so disappointed about that night. One, I was disappointed that that they didn't have my music, and the way they had the program set up, it was like, damn, am I going to get a chance to perform? And I was there. I was there ready to go. And being the fact that I was under the Poor Righteous Teachers umbrella, I said, yes, it's about to go down. I just need this album to blow. I hope it blow. You know what I mean? So we could kick the door down. I was hoping that they would have a label and all these artists that I mentioned would just come out of Trenton, kick the door down, and we'll be recognized even more, right? So that's how that panned out. So I was disappointed, and they didn't. Shaheed didn't have my music, and I was really disappointed that my cousin left me out there like that, right? Without a way back. So I had to regroup. I still was dealing with Shaheed. I never stopped messing with him because, you know, he's Father Shaheed. It's going to be more opportunities. So before you know it, some years went by or whatever. Some time went by, and Shaheed got into a motorcycle accident in Brooklyn, right? May he rest in peace. You know what I mean? I miss him to this day. You know what I mean? Because he was really instrumental, and he was starting to groom me. You know what I'm saying? And I had the experience of dealing with a real producer in the game. Like, this is the guy who produced the 18th Letter by Rakim, along with all the stuff he did for Poor Righteous Teachers. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was on my way, but that never happened. And I felt like it had a big part of not only the album didn't blowing up, the New World Order album by Poor Righteous Teachers, because I still could have made a way, you know what I'm saying? But my mentor, Shaheed, had lost his life, and I probably still could have made a way after that, but I didn't have nobody that was on the playing field of his stature who could move and shake after he lost his life. So I guess I had to find my own way, and as you can see, I never made it, but I still love this shit. So that was just a story that I wanted to share with y'all. I got a whole bunch of more hip-hop stories that I'm gonna start doing, hip-hop story time with Lib, and this is one of them. I just gave y'all this story on my way to work. I'm at work now. I'm about to go clock in That's what real workers do. You know what I'm saying? And y'all check me out on the next video, the next story time. Conscious is still a way of life, even in 2024. You know what I mean? And I got them puppies available, XL American Bully puppies. They so beautiful. You know what I mean? Holler at me if you're interested in getting some quality American Bully blood in your home as a pet or in your yard as a producer. That's what we're dealing with nowadays. You know what I mean? So hit that like, hit that share, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, peace.